Okay, so we're continuing now, and we're finishing up 4 and 5. Both of these are compound figures. I wrote out here exactly what's going on. The little squiggly lines I wrote here are so that you would understand that the volume is this little area down here. There's the height of the cone marked out. There's the height over there. They share the same radius. And in this case, I marked some little squiggly lines here that we imagine some sort of bolt here where the middle piece is missing, and the picture here sort of shows what's going on. Notice they share the same height. Notice again in number 5 that the diameter is 12. You have to watch that. Okay, so now it's just a plug-in problem, as promised, easy ones. So I put in the data for the cylinder, and that is the shared radius times 8 minus, so there's the cylinder, minus the cone, which is 1/3 pi 4 squared times 6. I immediately get rid of the 3 if I possibly can, so that's 2 now. And now I write out my answer as pi times 16 times 8 minus pi times 16 times 2. 16 times 8 is 108. Pi minus 32 pi. 108 pi minus 32 pi, and that turns out to be 76 pi, which would have been the correct answer. 76 pi cubic units in terms of pi. So very quickly, I turn our attention to number 5. Again, a compound figure. Here's what's going on. Notice now that they share the same height. The diameter of the big guy is 12, so I divide 12 by 2, and r equals 6. Over here, they give you a radius of 2, and now you're set up to go, since they both, by necessity, since it's a compound figure, share the same height. So again, it's pi 6 squared times h minus pi 2 squared times 5, and there's just this plugged in, this plugged in. 36 times 5 is 180. You can verify that for yourself. 4 times 5 is 20. So what looked like a complicated figure, or might have made you think twice or something like that, turns out to be very easy problem. Okay? So now I'm going to continue on, because we didn't use that much video to do this, and I'm going to find, for the second assignment that I gave you, I'm going to find the compound volumes for 1 and probably 2. Okay, so here was some extra practice for you. Here's number 1, and you have, again, this weird shape, maybe a crayon. Some people look at it different ways. They give you the height of 6, which you have, height of 8 for the cylinder, and again, diameter. So maybe immediately you want to put a 2 there, divide it by 2 so you don't make a very common mistake. Yet again, it's the cylinder plus the cone, and we just plug in the data that we're given. Recall that the radius now, for reasons that have been explained many times, is 5. So we have, as we walk along in these easy problems, we have pi 5 squared times 8 plus 1/3 pi 5 squared. They always share the radius or the height, depending on the problem, times 6. So now we just add everything together. That was nice, but that happened just there. And we end up with 25 times 8. So 25 times 8 is 200 pi. And now we're looking at minus 50 pi, because we have 25 times 2, everything in terms of pi. And, oh, we're adding it, of course, not subtracting it. And we end up with a final answer of 250 pi. Okay? So everything put together, the numbers are there. You can see what I did. Easy, easy math. Okay? And I go on to number 2. I should have enough time on the video player to get this done. I quickly make an indentation. Maybe this is a dog bowl, a cat bowl, where they drink their water or their milk. And they give you a radius 6, a height of 8. And since you only need radius for the half spheres or the spheres, and they share the radius of 8, this is the only data that you need to do the problem. So as we do the problem, walking along from left to right, we go cylinder minus half sphere. Plugging in the data, we get pi 6 squared times 8 minus 2/3 pi. That's been explained to you. You should understand that. They expect you to understand that. 6 squared, 6 cubed, because you don't have height in sphere. So there we go. We'll break this down a little bit. We do parenthetically 36 times 8, so that's 48. Carry the 4, and we end up with 21 plus 4. We end up with 258 pi over here. And over here, we'll work on this a little bit. I'll rewrite this 2 over 3 pi 6 times 6 times 6. That way I get rid of the 3 on the bottom, and then I end up with 4 times 36, 2 times 2, 4 times 4, and 4 times 36 is 144. It's a minus. Okay, we figured that one out, and the final answer would be their difference. Compound figure here. And there's the 4, there's the 1, and there's the 1. And we end up with 114 pi. Okay, we'll stop that.